Hey everybody, and welcome back to another exciting episode of the VOD Squad, the show where we talk about streaming stuff. This is episode 96, August 29th, 2018. I am Clyde. I am joined today by Jimmy Trammell.
Hello everybody.
Michael Aston.
Hello everyone.
And Matthew Ross.
Greetings, Internet.
Guys, we have the gang all together for 2 weeks in a row.
It's careful. That could be a pattern.
You know, this might mean that people are back in school and everybody's kind of winding down their schedules.
Maybe I should say now. Maybe I won't be on next week because school starts.
No. We just started a trend. And we need to maintain that trend.
Okay, I'll try. I will do my best. How you doing, Clyde?
I'm doing okay. I'm a little bummed that I'm back in Minnesota, but what can you do?
Where were you?
I was in San Diego for the weekend, so yeah. I mean, I wasn't really doing anything. I was just playing chauffeur to my father, but hey. I was out there where I'm not angry all the time. It is so nice.
Well, that sounds good.
Oh, yeah. And Beam points out I had In-N-Out.
Yeah, In-N-Out Burger?
Mm-hmm. I was in and out of California. So.
I have never had an In-N-Out Burger. I'm sorry.
Dude, you need to come down to CES and we will In-N-Out it up.
I've been told I need to go.
That is without a doubt the best burger in the world, In-N-Out.
See, I posted a picture. About the only thing I post on Facebook is when I'm traveling. I post food for to make my buddy angry, and he does the same thing to me.
Right. Okay.
And
gotcha.
somebody posted on my picture that fast food is poison, and to which I responded, In-N-Out is not fast food.
Interesting. Does it take a long time?
It does, and everything's fresh. And but
well, if you ever come to a Five Guys, I'm guessing the same thing.
Five Guys are okay.
Or okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Five Guys is pretty close, but In-N-Out is better.
Oh, okay. Well,
see the difference. This is the classic East versus West, because Five Guys is an East Coast thing, and In-N-Out is a Southern California thing.
Yeah,
it's like the Biggie Tupac rivalry. One of those chains is going to end up dead, and then somebody's going to retaliate and take out the other. And
I'm partial to Whataburger.
I've never had one of them either, but they're in Texas.
See, we all have to go down and stay at Mike's new house so that we can have Whataburger.
Well, I actually like Five Guys better than Whataburger, but I do like Whataburger a lot. That's the Texas institution.
So right. I've seen those, but I've never ate there.
The default is mustard. That's like the only sauce they ever put on anything.
That is the only sauce you should.
Sure, let's go ahead.
Hey, Cruz is now hosting.
Let's get rolling.
Thanks. Yeah, so what do we got? Right. What do we got?
Let's start with the news this week. We have stories about YouTube and their non-skippable ads. They are now producing more of these non-skippable ads making them available for more creators so they can monetize their channels a little bit easier. And this explains to me why I have been suddenly, even though I am a YouTube premium customer, getting these ads that apparently I cannot skip. What is going on here, and why are we having non-skippable ads? Why are you doing this to me?
Are you even getting them as a YouTube Red subscriber? Or?
I shouldn't be, and it's for YouTube Premium. They changed their names. It's very
Okay.
confusing, I know. But yes, as a YouTube Premium user, I can go to YouTube and I can still get ads, and it's very
Oh.
annoying.
I have
Now-
I have not encountered that, and I am also a YouTube Premium subscriber, but I haven't necessarily. Maybe it's so. One of the things here is that this is default turned on for anybody that's monetizing their videos. But A, they have to be monetizing their videos, and B, they can turn this off. So this is automatically switched on, but it's something that they choose to have on. You can choose to have non-skippable ads on your channel to improve your monetization. So this is a good thing and a bad thing, right? Like, from one perspective, a lot of the recent changes that YouTube has put into place have really hurt people that are trying to monetize their
Right.
channels, and they're making a lot less money than they were, say, a year ago.
Right.
And so that is a problem. You know, people that were actually making a full-time living off of YouTube are now having to get other jobs, or are really struggling to make ends meet the way they were. So this is something that's going to help those people a lot if it doesn't deter viewers. And that's going to be the real question here. They are shorter non-skippable ads.
Right.
The
15 to 20
non-skippable ads
seconds.
can't be more than 20 seconds. So that's not terrible. I mean, I wouldn't mind that at the beginning, but you know, I certainly am willing to pay the few bucks a month, $10 a month or whatever, to avoid having to deal with that entirely.
Right. And maybe I'm just maybe because I have a couple profiles, maybe I was on the wrong profile and I was not getting my premium experience. But because I just went to enough and tried it out while you were trying it just to see if it was still true, and hey, I didn't get an ad. So I don't know. Figure it
So-
out, Google.
I haven't seen an ad on YouTube in forever, but I don't know if it's just it. Oh, it's because I've got multiple profiles that I use, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, if the content creator is actually getting money from that forced ad, I'm on board. But if it's there and they don't have any say in it and they don't get a cut, then, you know, that's pretty shady. So,
Yeah. So help out a guy who doesn't subscribe to YouTube Red or any of the premium stuff on YouTube. I know they got YouTube Red, and that's supposed to cut out some commercials. But is there a level in YouTube to where you can cut out commercials, kind of like with Hulu?
Yeah, with the YouTube Premium, which was YouTube Red previously, you don't get any ads at all.
You're not supposed
Okay.
to.
So, and I find it like occasionally somebody will ask me to like, oh, listen to this song or something like that. Like the other day, somebody was trying to have me listen to Paul McCartney, and so I opened up an incognito browser so it wouldn't mess up my recommendations for my music and my videos, because I'm not a Paul McCartney fan. He was trying to convince me otherwise, but and I had to deal with the ads, and it drove me crazy because like the album he told me to listen to was like the full album, and it had like commercials like sometimes in the middle of songs, and I was like, how can anybody put up with this? And so I definitely am super happy to pay whatever it is I'm paying. I think like $6 or $8 a month or whatever to not have any ads.
yeah,
Very worthwhile.
I think on one of my accounts, I probably don't get ads because I have YouTube TV.
Mhm.
But I don't.
Or-
I rarely use that account to watch stuff on YouTube. But I also rarely watch stuff on YouTube, so I don't know. If I was getting bombarded with more ads, then I'd probably be less likely to watch stuff on YouTube, considering how little I watch it as it is. So
So it's YouTube's pricing strategy here is still confusing, and they really do need to make this clearer for everybody. So I'm happy that they should be having this ad-free tier, and I'm happy that they're giving away for people who need to make monetization better, more ways to make money. It's just until these little bugs and or features and or correct way of doing things all get ironed out, we're just gonna have to suffer a little bit, I guess, and I guess it's okay.
Yeah, I guess I actually pay $15 a month for the family membership. So, yeah, it's a little more than I thought, but it's still not enough that
You even
I-
noticed.
I'm going to cancel it because, like, I mean, yeah, my kids like to watch, videos. My wife watches music videos. I watch music videos and like podcasts and stuff, all on YouTube. Not dealing with commercials and stuff is well worth it to me.
Yeah. And just to add a little bit of Paul McCartney flavor there, Flaming Pie was probably one of my favorite albums of Paul McCartney.
Wait, he had an album called Flaming Pie,
Yes, Flaming Pie.
and
Do
they
you know where
didn't kick him out of the industry for that?
But do you know where that came from?
No.
Okay, well, so way back in the 1960s, a reporter asked John Lennon at the time, "Where did you come up with the name Beatles with an A, right? For the name of the band, right?" And John Lennon, in his kind of laconic type humor that he would have, said, "Well, a man came to me one night on a flaming pie, and he said, 'You shall be Beatles with an A,' and so we were." So that's where it came from. Was
Okay.
from the John Lennon saying what he said to the reporter years ago.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Bit of
All right,
history.
Yeah.
Okay, so Searching is a new movie coming up from Sony that's based off of it's your standard whodunit style drama / thriller that's going to be available through Sony. It's going to the Tribeca Film Festival right now. But the interesting thing about it for us is that it is based off of the idea of a person who basically is live streaming and or FaceTiming an awful lot on the computer with his daughter who becomes missing, and then he spends a bunch of his time going through the daughter's computer, looking through her voice logs and her YouTube content and things like that. This is something that they've been doing before. Previously, the old show was called Unfriended, and a movie that they kind of did this with. So this is something that's kind of expanding as its own kind of format of movie. I was just curious, what do you guys think of this idea?
I actually saw a trailer for this movie. I think I don't know when it was one of the movie theaters, but it was interesting. In the trailer was intriguing. Mainly because you see they brought you through his realization that, wait, am I actually talking to my daughter? Is it somebody else impersonating her?
Oh,
and then
interesting.
This whole mystery of, wait, is my daughter okay? Where is she? Did my daughter ever exist? I don't know. Maybe. I don't.
I guess deep, man.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of it kind of struck me as like a full-length Black Mirror episode.
Mhm.
So I don't know. Concept's cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, I suspect this kind of movie isn't going to be of any interest whatsoever to me. However, good on him for trying something new and elevating the art form of what it is, right? Like it's like you said, other people have done similar things, but they're trying to make it a truly cinematic, a real a quality production and stuff. So it's exciting to see people trying new things and evolving what is to some extent a very kind of boring and structured, like they aren't doing a lot of new things recently in cinema, and so this is kind of interesting to try something new. Like I said, probably not something I'm going to watch, but cool.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Michael what he's saying there. Yeah, I mean, this is something new. It kind of reminds me. You remember years ago when they came out with the movie Blair Witch Project, and it was kind of like the first of its kind, and that kind of thing. So it kind of reminds me of that. Just going out there doing something new and trying something new, pushing the boundaries, that kind of thing.
You reminded me, wasn't there a movie that was shot completely from the viewpoint of an elevator camera? And it was like these people that were in an elevator and you're basically watching it through the camera.
Yeah, what was that movie?
Was it Elevator?
Another one you was maybe that
was that Devil?
maybe.
There was a movie called Devil that was about an elevator. But
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe that.
Yeah, I can't-
was
I
possessed, but
I can't remember exactly what it was, but you're right. There was a movie of that sort.
All I gotta say is, obviously, you guys are all digital representations of a figment of my imagination, and I'm not really doing this thing right now. And right now, we are in a movie, or it's really happening. And what have you done with my daughter? That I don't have a daughter, so.
What is the Matrix?
Or do I have a daughter? Oh no, now I'm confused. Oh, the White Rabbit. Oh.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, this kind of thing's been done in different ways, but I mean, push the boundaries. If it works, it works. If not, move on and waste somebody else's money.
So we have a story here about the fact that you can now stream your Nickelodeon classics by joining the VRV platform, a program that they're calling what is it called here? I know I had it here. Nixplat. That they were a new service called Nixplat from VRV. I don't know if it's a separate channel or a whole different service. But it is Nixplat is $6 a month for you to watch all your classic Nickelodeon shows, everything from Clarissa Explains It All, Rocko's Modern Life, Doug, Legends of the Hidden Temple. That might be worth it. So you're going to have remember VRV we talked about a while ago about a company who basically bought Geek and Sundry, the Nerdist, and got together with Rooster Teeth and made and I think Crunchyroll, and started trying to make their own service out of that. So.
I was going to say, you buried the lead.
What's that?
Verve is still a thing.
It's still a thing. And people might want to pay $6 a month for Rocko's Modern Life.
Hey,
Catch-all?
don't knock Rocko's Modern Life. That was a good show. With the B-52s doing the theme song.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just going, okay, is that what, I don't know.
But I don't know.
It's worth $6 a month when you could probably, I don't know, it should be on Nickelodeon's website, quite frankly. Usually it has been for years, those old classics. Maybe not every episode, I don't know.
Yeah, although I look back and I think my favorite cartoons that I want to watch, that I was excited about, I realized they're they're all Cartoon Network, so this won't help me, so never mind. I'll pass.
Nope.
Mm-hmm. So what do you get for the premium bundle?
Yeah, I believe the premium bundle includes all the different channels, including the Crunchyroll stuff and the stuff from Rooster Teeth and all that. So,
So I mean, if you're gonna pay $6 for Nixplat,
pay the $10, get the premium.
You may as well just pay $4 more and get everything.
Right.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
Yeah. All right. Rock on. More things.
So, generally we don't do this, but this week we are reporting that PlayStation Vue has added 200 additional local broadcast channels, which is a big bump for them. So, if you have been looking at the various streaming services and thinking, "Oh, but PlayStation Vue doesn't have the locals I need," check it out after today, because they've just announced a big influx of various ABC, Fox, and NBC stations.
Cool.
Wow.
The beautiful thing about being a cord cutter is that you can reevaluate whenever you want.
Yeah.
You're not on a contract.
It's like weather in Texas. If you don't like the platform now, check back in a couple days, right?
Something like that, yeah.
All right.
So there's this rumor about Amazon is coming out with this new TV service that is ad-supported. It's kind of an Amazon Prime Video for free, per se. But the rumor has it that it might not have all the different shows of normal Amazon Prime. It might be a very specific subset. And it might only be free if you use an Amazon Fire TV device, which sounds just like something Amazon would do. This is happening. It's going to become popular and make millions of dollars, and I'm going to hate every minute of it.
Well, I mean, one of the things is that they indicate that they're primarily targeting older TV shows and stuff like that. So it'll have a decent selection probably of older shows, kind of what you used to do on Netflix, right? But it'll be free and ad supported. This looks like something that, well, I'm suspecting I'll pretty much get all of the same stuff I get now. And so why would I ever do it with ads? Because I already pay for Prime Video.
So this is, if I read it right here, so this would be like a free version for non-Prime
Right.
subscribers,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
You-
I mean,
But there's only like 3 of those in the country now, so
but I mean, the analog that I would use is on the Roku. There are several channels that are ad supported, like Tubi TV, Crackle, and even the Roku channel, which they launched. And I watch stuff on those all the time, even though I have paid subscriptions to pretty much everything you could want. You know,
That isn't my issue at all. My issue is that they're forcing you to watch it
That-
on a Fire
but that's,
TV device.
That's what I was saying. I was getting
Roku,
to.
even the Roku channel, you can now start watching on different devices.
Exactly.
Which is
And-
awesome.
And that was what I was getting at is if you are if you like the Fire ecosystem, this could be awesome. If you're like that and you don't want to be a Prime subscriber, but if you're
But
like
you know,
me and Matt and you don't like the Fire interface, then
But you know,
can't-
it's kind of a head scratcher, isn't it? I mean, how many people would own a Fire TV and not be a Prime subscriber?
more.
Yeah.
There are people that have purposely not bought the Fire TV because they don't want to subscribe to Prime because it's
Right.
too expensive or whatever.
yeah, I can't imagine that that's a large population. I agree with Jimmy on
No,
that.
but I mean, either way, it's potential sales, device sales,
Yeah.
to people that would otherwise go buy a Roku or something else. So
I suppose.
And
That's a good point. Yeah.
I definitely prefer the Fire TV devices to the Roku devices. I know you're the exact opposite, Clyde, but I really like the Fire TV devices and strongly prefer them. So
Yeah.
I mean, if I was trying to find a cheap solution, I think that an inexpensive Fire TV stick would be a good solution if you got free ad-supported soft TV. But man, I can't imagine. It baffles me to think that people don't have Prime because I use it so much that, like, how could you live without Prime? You must be spending a fortune on your Amazon shipping.
Right.
Don't buy
right,
stuff
exactly.
through Amazon, guys. Come on, not everything has to be purchased through Amazon. Did you know you can buy lots of things through the actual store for less than it is on Amazon?
What?
Did you know that? Oh
You
yeah.
can't buy things through stores.
Try to buy something
Stores
from
are all gone.
Monoprice, for
They
example.
don't even
Buy-
exist anymore.
Try to buy something through Monoprice through Amazon. Go, that's an interesting price. Then go to the exact same thing on monoprice.com and get it for $5 cheaper.
Yeah, no thanks.
but I am an avid Monoprice user. There is actually a Monoprice publicity video on YouTube that has a guy that looks and sounds a lot like me, raving about them. But
Oh, I think
That-
I've seen that. That guy's crazy.
I know. But I mean, Monoprice gets you with the shipping and the handling. So sometimes, even though it's cheaper on their site, it ends up being more expensive than to go through Amazon. I've been stuck in that quandary before. Do I buy it?
And
But yeah.
I mean, and the thing about Monoprice is a lot of times you wait a week or 2 to get your stuff.
Oh, I've
too,
never
right?
had that problem.
I've had problems with my wife buys stuff everywhere. She's a bargain hunter, so she does buy stuff on Monoprice occasionally, and not always, certainly, but sometimes those items will take much longer to get to you. Whereas, that's one of the advantages to Amazon Prime is that you get 2 days.
Yeah.
Pretty much for everything.
And I mean,
so-
Routing Wonk points out it's actually cheaper to buy Monoprice via Amazon through
When you live in
through
Canada.
the U.S.
yeah.
If you're in
Which-
Canada, yeah.
But well, if that's the case, then Amazon's losing money technically. So, well, good for them.
Yeah, and but that goes down to the thing again where, you know, it doesn't matter where you get it as long as you get it at the price you want. So I'm all, and that's why, you know, I swear by Monoprice's TV mounts, and every time I install one I get it from there.
Right.
Because, you know, why pay $100 when you can get one for $20? It's way better.
Right.
But the last monitor mount I bought, I got from Monoprice, and I ended up getting it on Amazon because even though it was $5 more expensive,
The shipping was cheaper.
I got 2-day shipping,
Mhm.
and it was going to cost me the same. It was going to cost me $5 to ship it.
Yep.
So,
Broke even.
absolutely.
Although I do have to say, every time I hear Michael talk about the Fire TV, it makes me want to buy one.
You know, so I've never actually used a Fire TV at all, not single time. The reason I haven't is because of principle, and because I think
you don't like Amazon as
I feel like Amazon is swallowing up the entire world, and I think it's bad for us. Even though Amazon is local to me here, I have no problem with them being
but
successful.
that's why you feel that way, is because they're local to you. Because I know there's people around here, like there was a call center up in Moorhead, Minnesota, and when I was up there, everybody was like so anti-Amazon because half the town works there.
Right.
And, you know, but I'm not a fan of the interface. And Jimmy, I recommend get one because if you like it, awesome. I just not a fan of that layout, but that's totally a personal thing. It's not a dig on their product.
Amazon makes good stuff. I'm not saying it's bad stuff.
Amazon gets other people to make good stuff for them.
Exactly. That's great. And they sell it cheap.
They even managed to get Google to make the operating system for them.
Basically, yeah, for free.
All right,
and
what's
Google's
up
getting sued. Okay.
what's
So
Netflix doing now?
Netflix is working really hard with its creators to make its most excellent content for you to watch, and it has been said by a couple of the people. Guy Pearce, who was making his own show called The Innocents, said that he was asked by the Netflix reps to not use the term binge. Apparently, they are trying very hard to make it sound like Netflix is the deluxe
Healthy alternative.
It is the excellent place to go, and you can consume the entire series as fast as you like,
So,
but don't binge. Binging and purging is bad.
I want to know why, for the last few years, if they had a selection that they would put on the screen that was binge worthy.
Yeah, good point.
I mean, it's your word. Now you want to distance yourself from it. Yeah, I don't know.
And first of all, this is one guy's take. It could be just, he was talking about it, and maybe he was, for his show, they were asking not to use that.
Well,
I don't know.
I know there have been other people that have criticized Netflix for using that word, because I mean the connotations of that word are not good,
Right.
And
it's turned into a good word, though.
But
as far as consuming television, it has turned into an excellent word because, what am I doing? Oh, I'm binging tonight. I'm going to go watch Better Call Saul or whatever. And,
but
that is good.
But there's so many negative connotations to that word that, and I could understand them trying to distance themselves from it, but it's kind of hard to distance yourself from something that you built your reputation on.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't call it binge watching, then what do you call it?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the idea isn't so much that they want you to stop binge watching. They just don't want to be associated with the term. And I think that it's more than just the term. It's also the idea that Netflix is contributing to the slothfulness of the nation, right? What are you going to do? Well, I'm going to spend the weekend watching videos and watching TV on Netflix. that's not a healthy way to live your life if that's what you do all the time, right?
Is Netflix
and
is Netflix the constant stream of information they were watching on Idiocracy, where they would watch shows like Owl My Balls?
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's
Isn't that already a show on Netflix?
Well, it is now.
yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, it represents things that we know are bad, but at the same time, it's a viable solution to entertainment, right? What is more enjoyable than watching a few hours of really well integrated and continuous? It's called movies, right? Like, we go watch movies at the movie theater, and sit down for 2 hours, sometimes 3, to watch a long story. And so, binge watching a TV show where you watch 3 or 4 hours at a time is very much the same thing. You're just watching continuous storytelling happening.
Yeah.
And
I mean, you're just watching the same thing as opposed to many different things like you used to when you just stuck in front of the TV.
So maybe it would be more palatable if they said, okay, watch our new movie with 12 parts.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what's ridiculous is the idea of binge watching didn't start with Netflix. It started with DVRs. I used to binge shows all the time. I would wait a few weeks and get a few weeks worth of TV shows built up, or even sometimes a whole season on my DVR, and watch them all in a weekend or two. So Netflix didn't create this. They just made it way easier to do.
That's what I'm saying. They capitalized on it. That would be like, let's say, take Ice Cube. He has transitioned into an actor, but if he tries to distance himself and say, "Oh, I'm not a rapper," well, you built your career as a rapper. Mm-hmm. Now you want to be something different, but you can't say that you're not this thing that you built your reputation on.
Yeah.
And that's the position they're in. And, they should have thought about the negative connotations before they hit it so hard. But,
yeah, come to think about it, I even had like LP recorded VHS tapes with like 6 hours of a TV show on it that I would binge watch. So, dude, I've been binge watching since like the early 90s, late 80s. So
Yeah.
All right.
So rather than calling them LPs, which stood for long play, what if we called them binge play instead? Huh?
Nice iced tea.
That's Ice Cube iced tea with ice cubes.
Ice tea with ice cubes.
If only there was some type of singer rapper named Lemon, that'd be perfect.
There was I was at a barbecue place a couple months ago, and there was this picture on the soda fountain, and I realized it was Ice Cube's face. You had to push Ice Cube's face to get Ice Cubes.
I like it.
But okay.
All right, Facebook is rolling out its watch video service to everybody now. Where it used to be a limited launch, it is now available internationally outside of the United States to basically everywhere, from what they're saying. This is their little program where they're trying to take on YouTube with their own video service. Now, I can't ever think of a time where I've ever gone to Facebook's Watch. Is there? Has anybody else had the experience with this? Nope.
No experience.
In these situations, I'd normally say I'm a little too old. But the thing is, I don't think anybody younger than me is using Facebook, so they're definitely not watching it.
So I just try to get there, and you have to sign into Facebook. So I'm out.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
That's also the downside of the Oculus Go. Once I found out I had to log into it with Facebook, I said, nope, not interested.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Go ahead.
All I know is this poor lady is gonna regret that picture. I hope she knew they were gonna use it. Otherwise, she might be kind of mad. Just standing there looking at the wall.
Oh, she's looking down the corridor. That's okay. She looks like she's looking at that tree, but it's, she's fine.
I think she's looking at the wall by the tree. That's a very interesting patch of wall by the tree.
Okay. That's okay.
Oh, sorry.
Staring deeply into the wall with my pink hair and my clipboard or books. I can't tell.
I wasn't sure either.
Maybe she's looking for another brick in the wall.
Oh, and she works for
back.
Facebook, so she is another brick in the wall.
That's right. So Michael Jackson's Thriller is about to be turned. He would have been 60 years old. So went on the coming up day. IMAX is going to be coming out with his Thriller show, his Thriller music video. Yeah, it's a movie music video kind of thing, and it is they are going to produce it in 3D in limited releases in IMAX theaters. Anybody interested in going and seeing Thriller, which by the way is probably one of the most fun music videos ever?
I would debate that, but no.
Just in time for Halloween.
Honestly, if I was going to see the movie anyways, because they're going to show it in front of the house with the clock on its walls, which actually looks like it might be an interesting movie. I'll watch the trailer again and decide if I'm going to go see it. But if I was going to go see this movie and got the opportunity to see Thriller in 3D beforehand, that would be pretty cool. I would enjoy that. And I think that might even be incentive enough for me to pay the extra to go to the IMAX theater in order to be able to see both the movie and the trailer in 3D. Because, a few extra bucks to see it, I think I might do it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Michael. I might go see it as well, right? And I rarely ever go to the theaters, right? But this might get me out to go see it.
So, as I previously said, I'm not really interested in seeing this, but if it's going to be shown in front of that movie, The House with the Clock in Its Walls, then I'm probably going to end up seeing this because I actually kind of want to see that movie.
Yeah. So that's.
Maybe
that's
I'll
the
just
trick
show
is-
up late.
What they're really hoping to do is, generate some extra viewers to the movies and stuff, but really get people to choose an IMAX theater as an alternative to, I have a lot of options here. I can go to Cinemark, I can go to Alamo Drafthouse, and there's an IMAX theater that is at a different location. So in this case, I might choose to not go to my usual Alamo Drafthouse and go see this in the IMAX theater. So
now, let me ask you, is it actual IMAX or is it Limax that they have at the
the one
smaller
near
theaters?
me is really a Limax,
Okay.
but it is still pretty nice. I have seen one movie there before, and it was nice. It wasn't impressive to me in any real way, but just the opportunity to see this video is enough to draw me out. I remember when this music video came out.
Yeah.
I was
So did I.
like in second grade or something like that, and
It was on the radio constantly.
yeah, but it was revolutionary. It was amazing for its time. It was outstanding, and I really enjoyed it. So I could totally get into it.
Yeah,
But-
well, I mean, this was back in the days when MTV came about, with just getting started and that kind of
Yeah.
thing. So, I mean, that's really what made it big.
Yeah,
But,
music videos predominantly were just the band singing on a stage at the time, right? Like most music videos were just the band, and so this was making a full-on movie. It's like it's like a 10-minute it's 14 minutes. It's like a 14-minute movie. It was crazy. It was a huge event too when they released it. All kinds of like advertising to let people know about it. And I remember I went down to a friend's house so that I could watch it with them because we didn't have MTV, and it was a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, to me, using the Vincent Price voice, in the video too, I thought really made the video.
So the just by circumstance, the last time I saw Thriller, the music video, was this weekend. But the time before that was a few years ago when we went to the Experience Music Project in Seattle. there's a room in the Experience Music Project that's basically a gigantic open floor with a huge theater on the wall, and everything cranked up max for whatever. And my son was walking through there, and some weird song I've never heard of, was a rock band of some kind was on, and then suddenly, oh, it's Thriller. Stop here. Let's watch this. And he, being young at the time, just broke out on that floor and just, and he got all the kids to start dancing, and all kids were just dancing to the Thriller and having a great time with it. And also, interestingly, if I were to watch this in 3D, it would not be the first time I've ever seen Michael Jackson in 3D. I did see Captain EO in 3D many, many, many years ago. So.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
you're not gonna see it.
I know most of us wish we could forget that one.
Well, one thing too, this makes me think of, years ago, right? I mean, nowadays when you go to the movie theater, it's just like one trailer after another, right? And they try to sell you on all the upcoming movies, right? Well, used to, they would still show trailers, but they'd only show like maybe one or two, and then they'd have like, a cartoon of the Pink Panther or something like that, just to kind of, maybe entertain the kids or whatever, until the, get the kids calmed down or whatever for the movie, right? But and this kind of reminds me of that, right? So maybe they're coming up with these little short movies like Thriller, right, to show as a prelude to the main feature.
Mm. Yeah, remind me in the post. There was you reminded me. There's a Captain EO video I need to show you, Matt. We'll do
Okay.
this in the After Squad.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, moving on. Sonos Amp has a new AV hub built by Sonos that allows you to hook up your TVs and your Sonos speakers into your video and or audio component situation. It is a Sonos amplification unit that hooks up your existing speakers, maybe some very nice ones you purchased for, back in the day or recently, that allows you to hook up into the Sonos ecosystem and connect it to your wireless system. Apparently, this one replaces an earlier model that they've had, and it's, some people are very excited about this.
I can't get over. There's the thing that pops out of me every time I look at this this article, and this is apparently called the ZP100, but it just looks like Zipoo. ZIPOO.
It's a Zipoo.
I can't not see it every time I see it. Yeah, I mean, if you like Sonos,
audiophiles, take notice. It's only $600.
Yeah.
I don't get though that they say, this article says that it's built to handle the most complex setups, but it only has a DVI. I mean, it has an HDMI, 2 Ethernets, and What?
And
Well,
a couple speaker hookups.
The key here is that you can network multiple amps, each with 4 speakers on them. So that's the thing. Yeah, it's $600. It's an amp that runs 4 speakers.
Yeah.
And if you want 4 speakers in multiple rooms, you need multiple $600 amps.
I see. These are meant to be used. Oh, okay. I when I first read this article, I was thinking it was like that device that we saw at CES that had like 10 HDMIs. So it was a single unit that would control all of your things. No,
Right.
This is just like a
One
standard
too
power
many
amp
unit.
with network connectivity.
So you
then
can
yeah,
get as many of them
you get a whole bunch
together,
of them. Okay.
spread around in your house.
It also has an outlet for a subwoofer as well.
Yeah. Maybe if you don't have a house payment and, no longer,
As the article says, if you spend $10,000 on speakers, what's $600 more?
per speaker.
Yeah. I mean, this is Sonos' thing, though, right? Like, they focus on high fidelity, high quality audio, and they're not cheap. They're premium products.
Yep.
I've listened to a couple of Sonos products, and I really like the sound of them, but I just haven't been willing to commit the cost that much money to speakers when I have speakers that, yeah, they're not as good, but they do sound pretty good. And then if I want really high quality, I'll just put on my Sennheiser headphones, which I didn't have to pay even $600 for. Granted, I can only listen to it myself, but usually if I want to listen to music really well, I don't want to be listening to other people anyways.
Agreed. All right. Well, hey.
That is the end of the news for the week, guys.
Sweet. This is the point where we check in on my progress.
Welcome to your BT Movie Draft Minute presented by DiamondClub.tv for the week of August 27th, 2018. I'm your host, Big Voice Jay. I don't know about you, but I slept like a log last night. I don't know how I got in the fireplace. Let's go to the scoreboard. Team Walking Drunk is in last place with $398.4 million. Team Game Night is in fifth place with $560.5 million. Team Ritual Misery is in fourth place with $734.1 million. Team The Bod Squad is in third place with $778.6 million. Team Have a Drink is in second place with $834.7 million. And pushing everyone on their own property, it's Team Movie Party with $1,035.8 million. That's your movie draft minute. All totals are accurate as of August 27th, 2018.
I just want to say I got gypped because my final movie still hasn't released, and it was supposed to be out last week.
Oh, poor you. You can't get more money. Oh,
so
poor Clyde.
So, I mean, I got shorted a movie.
Oh, man, that's too bad. You only spent, what, how much? $3 for it? No, you actually paid $19 for it. So.
Yeah, that was the first one I bought. And it was the one that I don't get.
Yep. The Three Commas Club. You're one of the few people in the Three Commas Club, so congratulations.
Yeah, and I got to give a shout out to X Modem, who is still in first place of the Chat Realm League.
Right.
He lives just up the road, so you know, you got
good job.
Yeah, and it's been fun. I look forward to the next 4 weeks because from this point there's still 4 weeks left to let
it's
everything
okay.
settle out.
We're totally gonna sneak up from behind and steal second. No, we're not.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm watching whether or not we're even gonna be able to keep third.
Good point. That's a good point.
Because they're sneaking up on us in the fourth place.
Well, you got to watch out for Ritual Misery. They're both Air Force guys, and
Mission Impossible. They're still making money.
Do they have Crazy Rich Asians who have?
No, that's second place.
That's Have a Drink.
Yeah, that's done well for them. Obviously, we were eking up on them, and then that came out, and it just shot them up.
Yeah, no, it's only done 83 million.
They have Mission Impossible Fallout, and they're still making about $1 million a day, plus more than that during weekends. So they're still making money off of. So they could sneak up right past us.
Yeah, Mission Impossible Fallout's 195 right now. So I want to look at the interesting stats. So the best top 5. Somehow, Book Club is number 2 in the top 5 movie values.
It was what did they pay for that?
They paid like $2 or something.
Book Club. Let's see if I can bring it up. They paid a total of $5. Purchase price of $5, and it is made $13 million. Oh no, excuse me, that's it's made
that's how their value.
They made $68 million with that $5. So
yeah,
that's amazing.
I mean,
you know, those low numbers. If you can get those low, it's easy for you to make a good value out of it.
Yeah. I mean, that's why Solo is number 5 at 10 million per dollar spent, which is just shy of Avengers: Infinity War.
I know
that was 10 million. 283.
But then you look at the top one, which is of course Incredibles 2.
Yeah.
Jeez,
22 million
what the hell?
Estimated value per dollar.
Man.
Again, I would swap the first and the fifth, and either way, it's what I kind of.
Well, also you did pick up Super Troopers 2, so.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. I swear you did. No? Oh, okay. I thought it was you.
No,
Who was that?
Super Troopers was
Team
Have a Drink.
Sorry,
It didn't do well for them.
Didn't mean to
No,
steal
my
your
very first movie was
replicas, I think.
No, Breaking In.
Uh,
I got Breaking In. That's what
And
really
Blockers.
set it for me. Was
Blockers.
with the and Blockers, yes. But rock on. I want it. This whole time I've been waiting to find out what Replicas does, and then it's like no.
You know, I'm going to have to ask the commissioner what we're going to do about this, because if IMDb is right, it comes out in the middle of September, and which
and that's
means
the
we
whole
need
reason that I made them change Predator for the Meg. So I mean, I would prefer to follow the same logic. You know, I made a stink about that, and what was the highest grossing movie that came out in the last week or so? I'll just take that.
just the highest grossing one.
Yes. So like Mile 22.
Yeah, well,
the Happy Time Murders, mate. I don't know. Give me
this
Christopher
weekend.
Robin.
Yeah, I don't know. I did not know. This weekend though was what was this weekend? Crazy Rich Asians, The Meg, The Happy Time Murders, and Mission Impossible and Mile 22.
I'll just take Mission Impossible.
Sorry, somebody else's.
Yeah, they don't need it.
That was a pretty good one.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey guys, this is the point where we rants and raves, what have you.
Jimmy,
You
you watched some stuff this week.
All right, so I'll go first. So last weekend, I sat down and I watched Infinity War for the first time, and it was a bit of a surprise, right? It wasn't the typical Marvel movie, right, that you would think of it being, right? And it kind of caught me off guard a little bit, but I have to admit, I did like it, right? I did enjoy the movie, you know. So, and if you haven't seen that, I recommend it. Don't expect it to be like any other Marvel movie that you've seen in the past. So, I don't want to say anything else beyond that because I might spoil it for somebody. But I did enjoy the movie. Right? It was good. Also, too, I'll make a mention that Ozark, if you enjoyed the first season of Ozark on Netflix, which I did, the second season is coming out, I think, maybe day after tomorrow or something like that.
A couple days.
Yeah, a couple of days from now. Also, too, Amazon Prime has a series, Jack Ryan, right? That's from the Tom Clancy novel.
Starring dude from The Office.
Yeah.
The Jerk.
Yes.
Comes out on Friday.
Comes out on Friday, exactly. So, so looking forward to that one as well. I think that one is a good one. You know, anything that has like, you know, kind of like a secret agent or clandestine, you know, operations, you know, that kind of thing. I always enjoy that type of show or movie.
I've actually been seeing a lot of commercials for that, so they are pushing that one hard.
They've had the advertisement on it all over the place for like 3 months. It's kind of driven me crazy because the first time I saw this, I was excited for it, and I was like, okay, I love the Jack Ryan character that Tom Clancy created. I've read several of the books that he's in, and seen some of the movies related to it, and I'm super excited for it. If they do a good job, it could be really excellent. I'm just annoyed that I've had to wait so long. It's been as long as a typical movie advertising, and so that's kind of annoyed me. And I'm also annoyed that I'm going to be on vacation for Labor Day, so I won't get to watch it when it comes out.
Well, I think that's the reason why they waited till Labor Day weekend to release it.
Well, and
Right.
they're
So
gonna,
we could
they're gonna do,
not binge it. No, wait, no,
Right.
wait. That's Netflix that doesn't
Right.
want you to binge.
well,
Amazon's okay with you.
Amazon has been putting these shows out week after week, so
Yeah.
you may not get a chance to binge it.
Oh, well, then that would be good because I could get through maybe one episode over the holiday weekend. But I'll try to watch at least the first one before next week, so I can tell you what I thought. But I'm excited about it too.
Yep.
Good call, Jimmy.
Yep.
Cool.
That's all I
All
have.
right. Okay, cool. I spent more than the greater part of this weekend and a couple extra days on a little trip vacation up to the tip of the peninsula, to a place called where is it called? Hansville. Anyways, it's a little tiny town, but there's a little lighthouse and a place called Point No Point, which of course we all made all the fun of.
Is
Like,
that
where
like-
are we going? We're going to Point No Point. Why are we going? There's no point. And so
I thought it was like that whole sorry not sorry thing that girls
Yeah,
were doing.
apparently the history behind Point No Point is that the explorer who went was going to explore the area said, "Oh, there must be a point over there," and then they went there and there was no point over there, and so he called it Point No Point. Anyways, it's ridiculous, but it's lots of fun. So I went to see lighthouses. We went on walks and went and found found a waterfall, that kind of cool stuff. People jumped in lakes. I did not. But that's okay. And when we got back, I sat with my family and we were watching extremely old television on a channel called Antenna TV. I mean, it's obviously all the stuff that's past on any kind of copyright, and so it's definitely a.
No, that
Oh,
stuff is still licensed. It's just easy.
It was surprisingly with a group of people laughing along and going. That was just a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
it was a good show.
Had you not been familiar with Antenna TV?
Nope.
Oh,
Not-
I assumed because when you had talked about using an antenna previously, I thought you knew. Yeah, because there's Me TV, Antenna TV.
I knew about Me
there's
TV.
and there's a whole bunch of them. And they all have different things. Antenna TV's good. Buzzer's really good if you like game shows.
Oh wow, they got. I never knew about this.
Yeah, they're
I'm
the
looking
digital over-the-air channels. They're in between.
Johnny Carson, Jack Benny,
Yeah,
McHale's Navy.
Yep, I used
Father's
to watch
Knows Best.
every night. I would watch the George Burns show.
we watched a bunch of shows that I've never heard of before on it. So it was like show after show after show. It's like, what is the show? Lots of Luck.
Orchid
That's the one I
Mindy.
could remember. I was like, what the heck is Lots of Luck? And it was hilarious, but it
Wasn't
old
Mr.
and
Lucky.
No, Lots of Luck apparently had only one season. It didn't survive,
Yeah.
and so
Yeah.
it's all 70s too. Everything's 70s.
Antenna TV was the place where I finally got to watch The Real McCoys.
The
The
Real
TV's
McCoys,
original Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah, I remember that show.
So, last but not least, some equipment arrived in the mail today, and I will be working on putting some new networking up this weekend, and so I got some work for myself this weekend, among other things. So should be good.
Nice.
Finally, my Wi-Fi in my house should be better, and people will be able to watch TV without yelling at me and say reset the router every day and a half. It's not working.
Reset your own router.
That's right.
What about you, Mike?
Yeah, still trying to get through Game of Thrones. It's a lot of stuff. I can't quite binge it. I get to watch maybe one episode an evening. Enjoying it quite a bit. There's like 7 seasons out right now. I just finished the 6th. But I'm also watching American Ninja Warrior with my family, and we love that show. It's a ton of fun every season. So we're trying to get caught up. We had to subscribe to Hulu to be able to watch it, and love that I can do that. I mean, the ability to just be like, oh, that show's on Hulu. I guess we'll sign up for Hulu for a month or two until that's over. It's great.
Exactly right.
Yeah. And speaking of that, if you're currently signed up for Hulu, you should check out Castle Rock.
Okay.
I went into that. I started playing it the other day because I was traveling and I didn't really have anything, I wanted to pay attention to. And I was like, Stephen, they're really bad at adapting Stephen King stuff. And
Oh, yeah.
I got a couple episodes in and holy crap, that show is kind of awesome. Last night I watched the last episode that was available and I was thinking it was, it's episode 8. I'm thinking, so this is the last episode of the season. They ended it with like, wait, what? You can't end the season like that. And then I realized, they're coming out every Wednesday. So when we get done with this, I'll be watching episode 9. And I got sucked into it. If you like, it's got complexity and like layers upon layers. And
do you need to be familiar with Stephen King's stuff to appreciate it?
No, but there is a lot of Stephen King references in there.
Right.
Like, there was a point at like in the jail they're at Shawshank, and they say, "Oh yeah, over there you can still see the bullet from when so and so got shot." When the warden gets it in the movie, and then there's stuff like
because isn't Castle Rock like the thing that ties like the
pretty
place that
much
ties everything together?
it's up in that area near Derry, where Castle Rock is where Shawshank and a lot of stories take place in Castle Rock. Yeah. Castle Rock Entertainment, which you're probably familiar with, but I went into it thinking it was going to be a typical bad adaptation, but it's all new. It's not an adaptation, and it's built off of connective tissue, and there's a lot. So if you are a Stephen King fan, there is a lot of references. I'm sure there's stuff that I missed. There was references to The Shining and to, all of the big stuff. So check it out. It's creepy. It's the first time I've kind of been that excited about a suspenseful show since I watched the first season of Lost.
Cool.
And you're just kind of in a total WTF state for the entire season, but
Red rum.
All right. Well, hey, you know what? I think we have come to the end of this episode. Thank you guys for hanging out. And thanks everybody for coming out to watch. If you're watching this after the fact, we do this every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Central, here on Twitch. If you guys have any comments or feedback, any suggestions for what we should do in about 3 weeks for our 100th episode, give us a shout. You can reach us at the VOD Squad on Twitter or thevodsquad@gmail.com. Twitter's probably better because I always forget we have that Gmail account. I don't check it very often. But yeah, to all of you that are watching live, head on over to showbot.tv. That's tvs.showbot.tv. We'll do the remind real quick. Hit that link and go over, vote on the titles that they've been collecting all show. Yeah, guys, thank you.
Oh, no problem.
Everyone, stick around for the after show. We will we'll have some fun here in a minute, but I'm gonna end this. All right, bye.
Laters.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.